Welcome to Up to the Minute. I'm Todd Duplantis, and we're live from the HCCTV studios this morning. Good to have you with us. We've got your HCC news and information for the next half hour or so. We've got a full house, and we've got a lot of guests on the show today. It's a Monday, and I was talking to our guests about this earlier. I swear, during the weekends, people come in here and just mess with our equipment. I think it's gremlins. I'm not quite sure who exactly is responsible for it. Possibly our director, possibly someone at the studio, maybe. We'll just see. Alberta Zamira is my co-host, and I think she's logging in. She's running a little bit late this morning. Had a few technical difficulties. Alberta, are you there? Not yet. You're here? Oh, there she is. Okay, Alberta, good to see you.
Good morning. Sorry.
Good morning. It's a Monday.
It's definitely a Monday.
Did you get a chance to go to the art car parade over the weekend?
I actually saw the one in San Antonio.
Oh, you did? They had one here in Houston, too. It was
Yes.
In downtown, real close to your house.
As I left this weekend, I did see it, and then I saw one up there. It was
cool. Yeah, a lot of going on this past weekend. It was a beautiful weekend, and could be a good week here. So we want to welcome everybody watching us on Facebook Live and YouTube. Most weekday mornings at 10 a.m. when HCC is in session, we have a live show at 10 a.m. You can catch us live or watch the rebroadcast on each HCC TV. Alberta, they can always check us out in social media if they follow us at the right page.
Yes, so if you are following Houston Community College District, you can also find us on Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram, and on HCCTV, noon, 5 and 10 p.m. Monday through Friday.
That's right. Okay. We've got a packed show. Alberta, you're going to be interviewing this next guest. It is Mental Health Monday. And J-Jaye Hurley joins us. She is from Autism Speaks. She's a response team associate. Good morning to you, J-Jaye. How are you?
Good morning. Thank you so much for having me today.
Yeah, we appreciate you being here. We're looking forward to hearing more about Autism Speaks and some how people can get involved with this very wonderful cause. Stick around. We'll be with you in about 10 minutes.
Sounds good.
All right, we're going to kick things off. One of our favorite guests, Dr. Darin Baskin. He's the director of Faculty DEI Initiatives. He's also the co-chair of DEI Teaching and Learning Conference. And Aaron Henry, an HCC Success Coach, DEI Teaching and Learning Conference Committee, both joining us this morning. Gentlemen, good to see you.
Good morning, Todd. Good morning.
Good morning, Todd. How are you?
We're good. We're good. Now, we're always excited because we play a big role in working with Dr. Donna Davis on the DEI podcast. And Darin, correct me if I'm wrong, were you a guest? Weren't you a guest just recently on that?
Yes, me and Dr. Davis, we had a great conversation on our podcast last week. And if you haven't watched it, take the time to go and watch it. We did really well. And that's not just me tooting my own horn, but that's because, it was amazing. It was a great conversation.
Yeah, we love to work with her every month on that. We do it live. If you didn't get a chance to check it out, we'll have some information in our social media posts where you can watch the podcast. Darin, you and Aaron are going to have a conference coming up soon for the faculty. Maybe you can tell us what's on the horizon, when it happens, all those details.
Oh, yeah, for sure. So, I am co-leading this committee, and we're working on bringing DEI, diversity, equity, and inclusion to the forefront of every conversation at Houston Community College. We have learned through a lot of trial and error that if we are not focusing in on our projects, initiatives, and or programming that centers around diversity, equity, and inclusion, we're falling short of what we owe to not just our students, but also to our employees. So Our part in that is to offer the first ever conference for teaching and learning centered around diversity, equity, and inclusion. And we are overly excited about that. So, Aaron.
Yes, and our theme is it's about you, it's about me, it's about our HCC. Yeah, Todd, we may even get some pom-poms and do a cheer across the stage today.
It's about you, it's about me, it's about our HCC. I think that is you've got something going there. You guys better brand it, definitely hashtag it at least.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a great idea. And so it's going to be at the West Houston Institute. The date is going to be April 22nd. And we're going to have great things happening that day. Not only are we going to be offering this conference, Todd, we're also going to have panels. And what makes our conference even more interesting is we're going to have 3 separate panels.
And who is going to be in those panels? Maybe, Aaron, you can tell us that.
Yeah, so we're going to have a faculty panel, and it's going to be diversity and inclusion at work in the classroom. Dr. J-Jaye, our Faculty Senate president, will facilitate that panel. And so it'll be a panel of faculty members. And I believe we're also going to have a panel of advisors and counselors, which will be diversity and inclusion at work in the advising session led by our Associate Vice Chancellor, Dr. Hamilton. And then we will also have, I believe, a student panel.
And Aaron, I know you guys are also working on artistic expressions entries, and you're accepting applications for scholarships. Tell us what that's all about, and students can get some money for pay for college.
So there's a diversity poster contest or art contest, and students between now and I believe April the 19th have an opportunity to submit their entries. And Dr. Baskin has worked with the foundation to secure 3 scholarships. And so I believe our first place scholarship is $1,000. Our second place is $500. And then our third place is $250. And so we're asking our students who are currently enrolled at the college to submit their entries to basically broadcast to the institution what diversity, equity, and inclusion looks like to them. And as Dr. Baskin has mentioned, it's going to be very interesting because we're going to have a panel, and everyone that attends the conference on the 22nd will join in judging those entries and making that decision. And then these entries will be broadcasted across the institution through various mediums to ensure that these ideas that our students present, continue to go forward.
Darin, will this be live streamed as well, or is it something you have to attend in person? I imagine it will be recorded at least.
Yeah, so that's a great question, Todd, and you bring up a major point for us is we are not going to live stream it because not only are we doing our part to push forward the diversity, equity, and inclusion work that's taking place at HCC, we're also making everyone understand and bring us back on campus. So this is our small piece of ensuring and showing that we can come back on campus safely and have events and activities and still be able to do what is necessary for all of us to continue to be safe. And so we will record it, but we will not live stream it. This is our small part to the college.
You've also got a guest speaker from Prairie View A&M University as well, right?
We do. Aaron.
So yes, we have Dr. Barner, who's coming from all the way from Waller County and from Prairie View A&M University. And Dr. Barner has a background in DEI initiatives and works. I believe he serves as a dean or faculty member out at Prairie View, and he's excited to come and join us.
Yeah, and he's also spearheaded a program like we have at Houston Community College, which is Men of Honor. He is spearheading the same type of program at Prairie View. And so we're excited and elated to have him jump on board our little small initiative and bring us some really strong content that's going to help us to move our works forward as well.
Can anyone attend this, or do you have to be faculty or staff, or is it open to all?
So another great question. We started with the idea that it should be faculty, staff, and students, but we actually just made the decision to open it up to our community partners as well. And so it's my understanding that we currently now have a handful of community partners from the ISDs that have planned on attending as well. So we're getting those numbers up, and we're expecting some more numbers to come in.
Well, that's good because you get a chance where the partners can come in and want to learn about some DEI initiatives, how they're advanced at higher education. They can see what HCC is up to. And this is a good way of showcasing that, right?
Oh, yes, for sure, for sure. And it also lets those ISD partners know exactly what their students are experiencing in the classroom. And so they have a good understanding of our DEI programming.
Darin, I'm going to ask both of you this next question as a final question. If the person that comes to this event could take away one thing, what would you like for them to take away?
Aaron?
Well, I believe, particularly for our faculty, staff, and our students at Houston Community College, we've been hearing this phrase of one college across the system. And I believe that if once they attend this conference, they will be able to see one college, in a model. It'll be something that has been fashioned in front of them as opposed to just being a statement or a hashtag.
Right. Darin?
And I second that, but I also want to say what I think you should take from this is that Houston Community College is doing a lot of work in the diversity, equity, inclusion, belonging, and social justice realm, that you should get a better understanding of where we sit as an organization and understand how important this type of work is to our college and to our students.
Darin, Aaron, it's always good to see you. We appreciate both of you being here. And if you're interested in the conference, it's happening April the 22nd. We'll have some information in our social media post. I'm sure you'll see Darin on the show. He's on here just as much as I am. He's on the show all the time. We always get him on here. Aaron, we have to get you back on as well.
Okay, thank you so much, Todd.
All right, thanks, guys. Have a great conference, and we'll talk to you soon.
Okay,
thanks, Todd.
All right. Good. Have a good day. We're going to turn things over to Alberta. And Alberta, you've got a special guest for Mental Health Monday.
Yes, we do. Moving on to J-Jaye Hurley, Autism Speaks Response Team Associate. Thank you so much for joining us today, J-Jaye.
My pleasure, Alberta.
Awesome. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good for a Monday.
Right. So we're here today to talk to you about World Autism Month. And this is going to be a lot of helpful information for everybody who isn't fully aware of autism and the organization that you have going on here. So can you please tell us about Autism Speak and your role with the organization?
Sure. So Autism Speaks is a nonprofit organization, and we are dedicated to providing research, advocacy, services, and supports across the spectrum and throughout the lifespan for all people with autism. By helping to increase understanding and acceptance of autism, we are hoping to create that world where all people with autism can really reach their full potential. And my role at the organization, I've been here for over 11 years now, supporting the mission. And I'm a member of the Autism Speaks response team. And we are the information and referral line for our community. So I basically provide people with autism, their parents, grandparents, siblings, social workers, teachers, first responders, and everything in between. People can reach out to us via our toll-free lines, our email, social media channels, and our chat feature. And we provide personalized information and support, connecting people to local resources. And it can range from anything, really, from where to get a diagnosis. Maybe they have concerns about their child's development, or all the way up to an adult who needs support in finding employment.
Okay, that sounds awesome. Can you tell us exactly what is autism?
Yes. So autism, or autism spectrum disorder, ASD, it refers to a broad range of conditions, and they're categorized by 3 different areas of challenges: social skills, repetitive behaviors, and then the speech and nonverbal, the communication piece. So those 3 are really what make up an autism diagnosis. And we now know that there's not just one autism, but there are many subtypes, and most likely influenced by a combination of genetic and environmental factors. And autism is a spectrum disorder. And what that means is that each person with autism is going to have their own distinct set of strengths and also challenges in how much support they may or may not need.
Okay.
The CDC has recently shared that their latest statistics show that 1 in 44 children and 1 in 45 adults living in the United States today have an autism spectrum disorder. And so while that shows that we are making progress, right, in getting that awareness, that early intervention piece and diagnosis, it also really reiterates this need for advocacy, for funding for autism research and for services, so we can help people today with where they are.
Definitely. I've actually had some experiences where I know that some children in my family were undiagnosed, and they later in their teens, their mid-teens, they finally started to see more of the symptoms, if you will.
Yeah.
So I think that is extremely important to catch that early on. So why is World Autism Month important?
So World Autism Month happens every April, and it is a month simply dedicated to supporting the autism community by really increasing that understanding and, most importantly, acceptance of people with autism. And so coming together, we want to build a kinder, more inclusive community so that all people with autism can really achieve their full potential. And it's important to me. I'm a parent of a child with autism, and so World Autism Month has been important to me since he was 2 years old, and he's almost 17 now.
That's great. And how can people, if you can tell us, how can they get involved with World Autism Month?
Sure. So
ways, social media, of course.
Yes. So we encourage all of our supporters and everyone to go to our website to take the pledge. We're offering a pledge to create a world where all people with autism can reach their full potential. That's on our website, autismspeaks.org/WAM, World Autism Month. When you go to that website, you can receive free information and resources and tools on how you can engage your own community, whether that's your own home, your subdivision. We also have great resources for schools who want to get involved in World Autism Month, as well as local businesses. And so those stories can really make an impact on World Autism Month. We also have been featuring personal stories on all of our social media channels. And we encourage people with autism to share their stories, or a loved one can share their story, and to get that message out of what your autism and how you support World Autism Month.
Okay. So when you say that you have tools for children in school to be supportive, what example can you give us for that? Because we know that teenagers, it's very difficult to get them always to hear about something like this. But in order for them to truly understand, what are some examples?
Sure. So some of the resources that we share, our team has created grade-specific lesson plans for teachers to use, and these are free for them to use to talk about some of the strengths and challenges a person with autism may have, which may include some of their classmates as well. We have put together a list of books from elementary age picture books up to books that are more appropriate for high school students to really to teach them more about acceptance and understanding and of their classmates and peers, and how to be a friend to someone with autism. It's very important.
I think that's a great idea. Everything you just told me is what I was hoping is the acceptance thing. All of these kids,
so really important.
They're really understanding the importance of becoming allies with people that they don't understand.
Absolutely.
Can you tell us more about excuse me, I need some tea. So can you tell us more about your work with people with autism and families, specifically as it relates to helping people with autism reach their full potential?
Yeah, absolutely. So we have so many free resources on our website, and the Autism Response Team, we love to connect people with those. A couple of our resources that we most frequently share, if you go onto our website, there is something called the MChat checklist. And this is a free resource supported by the American Academy of Pediatrics, where parents, if they have concerns about their toddler, their younger child, maybe exhibiting some signs of autism, they can go to our website and take this free screener. And it's going to talk you through whether, yes, there may be some concerns and tell you next steps of what to do. I find it so helpful for parents who contact us. It's a great first step, and it's something you can do at home before you even talk to your pediatrician. It's something you can do on your own to get that information. It's also helpful for people who have there's a lot of times a wait list. And so that can be a really good resource. Our other really popular, I say popular, but probably most shared resource is what we call our 100-day kit for parents of a newly diagnosed child. And I call it a roadmap. I wish I had it when Jackson was diagnosed, because it takes a parent through those first 100 days of getting a diagnosis. And because we as parents, we want to go, we're on Google at 2 a.m. looking things up and trying to find all the things all at one time. And that's so overwhelming for a parent. And so what our tool guide does is really breaks it down into week by week steps of things that are important for you to know, because you may not know these things. This is a whole new world of information that you're being given at this appointment. And then you go home and go, what do I do next? And that's what Autism Speaks we're here for. We're here to help guide you with those next steps. And again, I'm talking a lot about newly diagnosed younger children. We have resources. Again, when I say we support across the spectrum throughout the lifespan, one of our huge initiatives is employment for adults with autism who are notoriously underemployed and underpaid. And so we have started a program called the Workplace Inclusion Now, stands for the WIN program. And people with autism can reach out to us to go onto our website, take the course, learn how to get connected with supported employment resources in their community. So we're here to help in any way we can.
Well, thank you so much, J-Jaye. And we will have more of that information for everybody who's interested right after the show. And thank you again for Autism Speaks response team to talk to us and get us educated, and we can share that with everybody else. And we'll, like I said, we'll have that after the show. Have a great day, J-Jaye.
Thank you for having me.
All right. Thanks, J-Jaye and Alberta. We got a couple of things to go over, some announcements for happening across the district. Financial wellness truck. What is this all about? Well, believe it or not, in honor of Houston Money Week, Texas Capital Bank will provide a financial literacy truck this Wednesday to help students, HCC students, learn about financial instructional tools program. So check the truck out. It'll be at the A-Leaf Hayes campus from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Wednesday, April the 13th. That's this coming Wednesday. So make sure you check it out. And there's something cool going on at our culinary arts program. They've got a special dinner happening.
Oh, wow. So the Culinary Arts Dinner, HCC culinary students will prepare and serve a set menu each week at their a la carte, did I say that right? Cuisine course. The $25 dinner is for one seating at 6 p.m. So it'll be 6:30 to 8:30 on Thursday, April 14th at the new Culinary Arts Building. And you can email Chef Scott Sexton to register, and we'll have that information after our show.
All right. Give blood and get pancakes. What is that all about? Well, you can save lives with the Gulf Coast Regional Blood Center and get a small stack of pancakes from IHOP. So you give some bloods, they give you a coupon, you can go get some free pancakes. You also get a Hometown Heroes baseball t-shirt. You want to check that out? Well, it's at the Vast Academy Learning Hub, 10 a.m. to 2:30 p.m., Monday, April 25th. So put that on your calendar. Appointments are preferred. You can get a QR code and register for that. We'll have a link in our social media post after the show. And there's also applications are being accepted right now for our endowed chair grant.
Yes, so the applications are still being accepted for the endowed chair for teaching and learning excellence to recognize the ultimate HCC student experience. So all full-time faculty and student support professionals are encouraged to apply. And if you have questions, you can go to the 2 general info sessions. It will be offered virtually through Webex. So you can find that 1:45 to 2:45 Monday, April 18th, or 10:30 to 11:30 on Thursday, April 21st. So if you would like assistance as you complete your application, 2 plan development work sessions will also be offered, both in person and on the Webex later this month. There's no registration required, but you will need to add the selected events to your calendar, and we will have that after the show for you as well.
Okay, April is Poetry Month. We learned about that on Friday, and the Creative Writing Club is celebrating National Poetry Month by hosting nightly virtual write-ins or writing sprints every night in April. We'll have information in our social media post after the show on this. It happens 8:30 to 9 p.m. every night throughout this month. Pretty cool, right? All right, Thursday, April the 21st, you can also participate in celebrating World Book Day, as well as Poetry Month, when participants can have custom poems written upon request. All right, that's happening. You can also enjoy some food, fun, and other festivities. National Book Day, all that's coming up. April the 21st, Thursday, and it's at the brand new Katy campus. Yep, check it out. All right, we'll have some information about that after our show as well. Some important dates you need to remember about the fall schedule, Alberta.
Yes, so fall schedule is upon us. Very, very close, guys. So make sure that you are registering for your classes. While summer registration is still going on with some small classes and short semesters, but fall is coming up and it's around the corner. We have April 11th, which is today. You can check out the schedule. On April 18th, you can check out the priority registration for Vets and Eagle Promise. April 25th, everyone can register. So make sure that you keep up with these dates, guys.
Okay, we still have 5 ways to learn. 2 of them are online, 2 of them are hybrid, and 1 of them are in-person classes where you can take a class on an HCC campus. They're small classes, so make sure you register early to get all the parameters you need. Your right professor, the time, the campus, all that stuff. Go to hccs.edu/apply. Okay, tomorrow on the show, we got some special guests. Very excited about Tasty Tuesday.
Ooh, Tasty Tuesday. So we will be visited by Tacos A Go-Go, the tiny but wildly popular taqueria on Main Street that has expanded to 5 locations. The latest is in the Greenway Plaza area. And also in April, we have Occupational Therapy Month. So we will be welcoming back Renee Shepard, Coleman's program director, to talk about everything they offer there.
Yes, I'm exceptionally, very excited about the Tacos A Go-Go. I love that place for breakfast on the weekends. Always love to go there. They have great tacos. All right, we got a great show lined up for you tomorrow. Alberta, you'll be back later this week. Is that right?
On Thursday.
On Thursday, she'll be here. I'll be at home tomorrow. Dr. Tony will be here tomorrow. We'll be live in our studios and remotely tomorrow, 10 a.m. right here for Up to the Minute. See you then.